The Social Security lump sum check. Is this a real thing, and how can you get it? I have all the details and what you need to know right here in this video. Let's get right into it. All right, so you're probably watching this video thinking, this sounds way too good to be true. A lump sum check from Social Security? Well, I can tell you this much. Yes, it is a real thing. Yes, it does happen in some instances. And no, it is not too good to be true. So in this video, I do want to talk you through all the details about this, and I also want to point out a few things that you should be aware of in the event that this is offered to you from Social Security. Now, first things first, I just have to say this much. Of course, everybody's situation is very different. I can't tell you what to do either way, whether you should take it or you should not take it in the event this is offered to you, but rather, I want you to be aware of what you need to know in regards to the lump sum payout from Social Security. In fact, I know somebody personally that this just happened to a few months ago, and this person took the lump sum payout. So I can talk you through some of the details on that a little bit later in this video. Now, I do think a lot of us are probably captivated by the idea of a big lump sum check rather than monthly payments going forward. Well, again, I want to point these things out to you because there are a few things that we need to certainly pay attention to in the event you take this, and what you need to be aware of when this is actually offered to you, because just like everything that sounds too good to be true, there's always a catch to some degree. However, this is actually a pretty good deal, but either way, I still want to point out some of the things that you need to be aware of. So with that being said, let's jump right into it and discuss all of the details. However, really fast before we do, thank you so much for joining me. If you're new here or if you haven't done so yet, make sure to hit that subscribe button right down below the video. I'm here for you each and every day, doing all the research, breaking it all down into these short videos, as I'm very much dedicated to you and this community as your one and only daily advocate to help you out in any way that I possibly can and point things out that are very important, just like what we're going to be discussing right here in this video. There's a lot going on right now. Things are changing rapidly, and I truly want to help you out, get as much money, benefits, programs, checks, and anything else we possibly can right here, right now. So again, thanks so much for joining me. Please make sure to subscribe down below if you haven't done so yet, and let's get into it and talk about the money bags, right? The lump sum check. All right, so here's what it comes down to. Now, I want to make it very clear from the very start here. This is only in regards to Social Security retirement benefits, okay? So if you're somebody who receives SSDI or SSI, which technically is administered by the Social Security Administration, but not Social Security benefits or survivor's benefits, this is only for retirement benefits, okay? Unfortunately, they don't really have this option for the other types of benefits, but I still want to point this out for you. All right, so with that being said, let's get into it and discuss all these details. So a few things that you need to understand about this information is, number one, your full retirement age. That is when this could potentially be offered to you. Now, I've talked about this in previous videos, but really fast here, let me just tell you the kind of the breakdown on the full retirement age. If you were born in 1954 or earlier, as in 1953, 1952, 1950, things like this, your full retirement age is the age of 66. You probably already know this because you're probably already receiving your benefits, right? However, for every year after born 1954, the full retirement age increases by 2 months up until the year of 1960, when that year is your full retirement age of 67 years old. Okay, so that's what it breaks down to. You probably already know this, but again, just in case you didn't, I want to make sure that we understand this because this is one of the key factors when it comes to the lump sum check out of Social Security. All right, so here's what they do. In the event that you hit your full retirement age, right? So let's just say that you were born in 1954, therefore your full retirement age is 66, okay? Let's just use this as an example. However, let's just say that you hit your full retirement age. You can start claiming your benefits immediately if you'd like to, or if you don't start claiming your benefits right away, they continue to increase for every month after your full retirement age that you have not claimed yet. In fact, they continue to increase at a rate of 0.667% every single month that you are beyond your full retirement age until you start claiming your benefits. up to 6 months, okay? Well, no. Let me take that back for a second. They will continue to increase. However, they will potentially offer you the lump sum payment up to 6 months after your full retirement age. That's what I meant to say. So quick correction on that. I apologize. All right, but if let's just say that you are, 66, your full retirement age is 66, and you don't start claiming until 67, your benefits will continue to increase for all of the months between 66 and 67, or when you start actually claiming your benefit. However, they will actually pay you out the lump sum payment up to 6 months after your full retirement age, but no more than and only that. So let's just say that your full retirement age is 66 and you go in and you're offered the full lump sum payment at 4 months afterward. Then again, they'll only pay out the 4 months, not 6 months going back prior to your full retirement age. Does that kind of make sense? All right, so here are some of the other key factors that we need to understand about this. When you actually call Social Security, or when you apply online or whatever you happen to do, they may come forward to you and say, we've got an offer. We want to offer you a lump sum payment for the extra months that you had beyond your actual full retirement age. So let's just use this example here. Again, you were born in 1954, your full retirement age is 66. You start claiming benefits 4 months after your 66th birthday, right? So you're 66 years old and 4 months, right? So that's where we are. We're just using this as an example, okay? Now, all of a sudden, you go to claim your benefits. So you're 4 months beyond your actual potential claiming date, right? That's fine. Your benefits have been increasing by a rate of 0.667% every single month beyond your full retirement age. That's great. However, now Social Security comes to you and says, we've got an offer. We'd like to offer you a lump sum payment for those 4 months. Now, here's what we got to pay attention to. This is very tempting because a lot of times when somebody is flashing a big amount of money in our face, it's very tempting to take it. However, here is the catch you got to be aware of. In exchange for taking that lump sum payment, they're actually going to reduce your benefit by about 4%, okay? So you got to understand this because here's what's going to happen. Your benefit is actually going to be a little bit smaller going forward. It's going to be reduced by a few percentage points, but as a result of that, you're going to get the big lump sum payout in the front end of it, right? So what you need to do is if you want to, basically take the lump sum payment that they'd be offering you, and you could divide it by how much the reduction of your benefits would be to actually see the break-even point. Usually it is many, many years out into the future, maybe 8 years, 10 years, something like this. So that is something you need to take into consideration is with the reduced benefit that you're going to start getting on an ongoing monthly basis as a result of the reduction because you took the lump sum payment, where would be your break even? And maybe it's so far out into the future, you might think this is actually worth it for me because of the time value of money and all of these other factors. I'm more beneficial to actually jump into this and take a lump sum payment right now versus actually taking a little bit more on my monthly benefit every single month going forward. Again, that's why I can't tell you what to do here simply because everybody's situation is very different. You need to run the numbers for your situation and figure out what is best for you and your exact situation at the time when you go to start claiming benefits. Now, here's one more thing as well. Many people, when they start claiming their Social Security benefit, are very anxious and excited to get their benefit because maybe you've recently retired or maybe something is coming in where you need some extra cash going into it. As a result of that, the lump sum payment may actually be a good option for some people. So I'm not here to say that the lump sum payment is good or bad. It's got to be specific to your exact situation because it's different for everybody. Some people might say, I don't really need a lump sum check right now. I'm good. I'll rather take the higher benefit for longer periods of time, and in 8 years, I'll actually be ahead. Versus some people might say, I really need the extra $5,000, $8,000, $10,000, whatever it happens to be, and it could potentially even be more than that. I need the lump sum payment today, therefore I'm willing to sacrifice a little bit of my benefit, a little portion of my benefit, a few percentage points going forward every single month for forever, through the rest of my life, in exchange for a big lump sum payment going forward. Now, one more thing you got to consider. If you do take the lump sum payment, for the year that you accept that payment, your income is going to be substantially higher. Therefore, you may be needing to pay some of that money into taxes, okay? So please take this into consideration. Again, I don't know your situation, but all of a sudden, they might look at it and say, hey, you've been working all year, you have all this income, and now you took the lump sum payment. check it out. Now you got to owe some taxes, okay? So please take that into consideration as well. That is one of those aspects that is many times overlooked, unfortunately, and then the year goes by, and then all of a sudden, early next year in April, the IRS is knocking on your door waiting for a check, right? So please take that into consideration as well. There's many different factors here, but this is an option. It is something that may be offered to you. Now, as I said earlier, I actually do know somebody in my personal life that this just happened to a few months ago. Let me kind of explain the situation. Again, same situation. This person turned their full retirement age. They did not claim benefits right away. They waited quite a few months, and then they called and said, I'll apply. And at the time of application, the agent on the other end of the phone said, we're going to offer you a lump sum payment. Would you like to take it? Unfortunately, in this person's case, they did not know about the reduction to benefits. In fact, I don't know if they even know about it now, right? So this person was offered this lump sum payment. He took it. Why wouldn't he? Sounded pretty tempting, right? We're going to send you $12,000. Do you want it? Of course he'd say yes, right? So he was very excited about this and thought, I'll take it. I need the money right now. I just recently retired. I just got my full retirement age here a few months ago. They're offering me $12,000, a lump sum payment right here, right now. Should I take it? So this person took the money, and again, their benefit will be permanently reduced as a result of that lump sum payment going forward, right? A little reduction to benefits, but again, it's going to be forever going forward, right? So another couple key factors that we maybe want to take into consideration here is that, again, a lot of this results in your lifespan. Again, nobody knows how long we're going to live, right? Nobody knows that. I think all of us would probably hope that we live to be 120. Well, I'm not really sure about that. I don't think I want to live to 120, but my point is, I think many of us need to take this into consideration too, is that a lot of this revolves around how long we think we're going to live for. If we take the lump sum payment and our benefit's going to be reduced by a few percentage points forever, and we plan on living for another 35 years, well then, in the long game, your benefits, you'll actually be getting less over a longer period of time, right? But again, if life expectancy is maybe a little bit shorter, then taking the lump sum payment would probably be a better option. Again, just kind of throwing some ideas out there because I don't know your situation, but rather I want to give some of these ideas and kind of give you the background about all of this and some of the different things that you may want to kind of consider going into this. So anyway, if this is offered to you by Social Security, just remember your benefits will be reduced a little bit. However, you would be getting that lump sum check right away when they offer your benefit. So again, this is just for Social Security retirement benefits. Anyway, hope this one helps you out. Again, this is an option. It is something that may be offered. And at the end of the day, ultimately, it's kind of a win-win for everybody, right? You kind of get a lump sum check. And at the same time, over long periods of time, Social Security ultimately has to pay you less, right? So anyway, anytime that you're offered something like this, you always got to pay attention to see what is all the fine print, what are all the details about it, because I think we all know at this point in our lives, if it sounds too good to be true, many times it probably is. However, I don't want to say that this one is too good to be true. It's certainly not too good to be true. It's just a few things about it that you need to consider because, the benefit reduction. However, more cash in hand at the front end, you got to weigh all the kind of the pros and cons behind all of this. Anyway, hope this video helps you out. Please make sure to subscribe down below if you haven't done so yet. Share this video with your friends, family, social media, and go back and check out some of the other thousands of videos right here on the channel. Thanks again. I appreciate you. Enjoy, and I'll catch you again later in the